Okay, so we're going to go over and create our layouts for our web pages. To start with, we're going to go into Photoshop and create some new documents to generate the pages from. So up in File and New, got a page here, and we've got some presets, which is a good guide. So if we go down here, we've got Web. And then we've got sizes, a whole lot of different pages to start with. So they've got 1024 by 768, which is what currently most projectors are. So that's a good starting point. So we can start there. But if you think about when we have a browser, there's scroll bars on the side and menus and title things at the top of the page. So what I'd recommend doing is dropping it down a little bit. So I'm just going to go 900 by 650. You can have a play around with this, and depending on how you want to present, that's fine. And then we'll give it a title. So let's call it index, because this is going to be our front page, and it's good to call something index, and we'll talk about that in class. So okay, so we've got our page here, and basically we can start to create a layout on this page and begin to think about how we're going to construct our page. So I've brought in a image to use as a guide. So I've scanned in a drawing. I recommend having some sort of drawing components or handmade elements. So be creative. You could even use things from the sewing machine, depending on what your process for Studio is. So use that as a way of exploring the way of representing the process and concept. So here I've sort of laid out my website as a start. I'm going to come over. By default, you'll have the toolbar on the side, and it'll have a crop sign. If we click and hold, we want to come out to the slice tool, and we're going to slice this page up in ways that we want to click on. So if we want to click on this element, and this element, and maybe something down here, that's how we sort of go about slicing it. Maybe a good idea is pulling out some guides. If the rulers aren't showing, you can go Command R, and they sort of come and go. So pull those out. So sort of get an idea roughly where you want sort of things to be. The way the slice tool works is everything sort of has to be square. So remember that. Okay, so we've got a rough sort of layout. Now we're going to come in and just click and draw with the slice tool these key areas, and it'll automatically generate other slices for where we want things to be. So sometimes you might have to come in and put things over. So if we put another one in over here, it does sort of clean up and overlap those other ones, depending on how you want your page to be. So once we've done that, you need to do this for each page. So you might want to sort of set up a template or a starting page. So things or items that you want on each page will always appear there. So now if we go up to File, Save for Web, and a big dialog box comes up. You've got a lot of sort of options to look at. I'm just going to quickly go over them. Depending on your site, I would recommend probably making sure that all the images are set to JPEG. You might have to select some of them and adjust them. And quality, probably bring down a little bit, just maybe even high. And you can see the difference in the size for each part. So we're looking at there. We've got a number of sort of images, and the quality, if we bring that down back to high, you can see it went from 30 kilobytes down to 11, so the size. So it's a bit of playing back and forth to get the right size. So we're just going to save this. This is the really important part. We want to make sure that we've set the format to HTML plus images. Settings can be default settings is fine, and all slices. Up under Save As, because we've named that page index, we'll leave it as index.html. And you want to save it somewhere where you can access it easily. So either your H drive or your a USB drive. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to just do mine in Documents, and this is what we're going to call our website. So maybe 361 web space. So now if we go create, we've got a folder, and then we're going to save this document in here. So now we've saved that, and we're going to open up Dreamweaver and get it working in there in a second.